Thor: Love and Thunder, rightfully so, is suffering abysmally in the box office, and it deserves all of the failure that it is receiving right now because in its second weekend, it is completely plummeting at the box office. And of course, this is exactly what I expected to happen, okay? It is a terrible, terrible plummet. Thor: Love and Thunder suffers near 70% drop in its second weekend at the box office. So what does this mean? This means that a lot of people went out to see it in its opening weekend because they were either curious about the film, they were excited for Thor, or whatever the reason is, right? Like the first weekend for Thor: Love and Thunder did pretty well for the film. But this means that there are a lot of people who aren't spreading the word of mouth, aren't going back to see it a second time, and all of these different things that could be factors into why this film is not being as successful as Marvel would like in the box office. So Thor: Love and Thunder suffers near 70% drop in its second weekend at the box office. For a movie that is the most expensive non-Avengers Marvel Cinematic Universe film to date, this is not the performance that Marvel Studios expected nor wanted for Thor: Love and Thunder. And if you listen to a lot of clips coming from Taika Waititi, who I think has been absolutely horrible for the Thor films, I didn't even like Thor Ragnarok because I thought that every time that Taika Waititi used humor, it was done in a very bad way. He ruined a lot of dramatic moments because of the humor. Most of the humor didn't really work for me in the first place. And on top of that, he just doesn't understand the character of Thor. Thor was done horribly in that film, and he was done even worse in Thor: Love and Thunder. He is basically just a bumbling idiot in this entire movie. Meanwhile, female Thor was propped up as, the pinnacle of what superheroes should be. Thor: Love and Thunder is the #1 movie in the world for the second consecutive week. However, the overall box office haul has Disney executives wondering if they are going to get anywhere close to the return on investment that they believed. The film suffered a 68% drop for its second weekend at the box office for a total haul of $46 million. Yikes. Yikes, that is bad. Marvel spent $250 million on the production of the film alone. While it is expected to hit that mark, the performance will be considered a major disappointment for Marvel Studios, who were expecting $1 billion from the film. That was never going to happen, okay? And I can tell you all the reasons why, but we all know the reasons why. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has also done some of the same type of stuff. It did terrible in its second weekend, and it totally deserved that as well, because these are films that aren't making the main character, the title character, Doctor Strange, Thor. They're not making them the primary focus. They've treated them horribly. Doctor Strange was done very disrespectfully in Doctor Strange 2, just as Thor was in Thor: Love and Thunder. Meanwhile, they're propping up these female characters, these kind of tag-along characters, as the main focal points for these films, and it just doesn't have the same appeal as the films would if it had focused on who the films are supposed to be actually about, which is the title characters. Disney's Thor: Love and Thunder sees 68% audience drop in second weekend. So this is very, very bad for the film. And a lot of this can also be attributed to the fact that pretty much everyone hates this film, okay? The woke hate this film because it wasn't woke enough. And people who are, more conservative leaning, whatever you want to call them, normal people, also didn't like the film because it pushed a lot of woke messages. So pretty much this is an entirely terrible situation for Marvel, and it is a lose-lose situation for them. Meanwhile, Taika Waititi has been absolutely just devastating for the Thor films. They need to get him off of these films because he does not understand the character of Thor. He doesn't really give a crap. That much can be felt not only in the films, but in things that Taika Waititi has said recently. He doesn't care, okay? He is basically just this kid in a candy shop, and the owner of the candy shop is continuing to just give him candy. Meanwhile, he's just going around breaking up the entire store, right? So with that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe. I'd appreciate that a lot, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.